ìrọ̀rẹ́ lọ́wọ́ olúwa lọ́wọ́ olúwa owó tí o ní lọ́wọ́ rẹ lọ́wọ́ ọmọ tí o bí lọ́wọ́ rẹ lọ́wọ́. torí ó ṣeun tuntun ayé mi kò dáwọ́ dúró àánú ni mo rí gbà ó ṣeun tuntun láyé rẹ kò dáwọ́ dúró láyé nìkan àráyé àwa bá ẹ̀yọ́ ó ṣeun tuntun láyé rẹ kò dáwọ́ dúró ọláyé nìkan ó ṣeun tuntun láyé rẹ kò dáwọ́ dúró ọlọ́jọ́ ìbí Jésù ṣeun tuntun ayé rẹ kò dáwọ́ dúró ọlọ́jọ́ ìbí àwa bá ẹ̀yọ́ bàbá ṣe fún mi bàbá tèmi tọpẹ́ bàbá jọ mí lójú àní lọ́wọ́ lọ́rùn lọ́wọ́ ó ṣeun tuntun láyé rẹ kò dáwọ́ dúró ara ayé ẹwà bá mi yọ sàn ó ṣeun tuntun láyé rẹ kò dáwọ́ dúró ara ayé ìyá mi gbà ọláyé rẹ ká ṣeun tuntun láyé rẹ kò dáwọ́ dúró ara ayé ẹwà bá wà yọ torí owó nìkan ló lè ṣe owó nìkan ló lè ṣe owó nìkan ló lè ṣe ọlọ́yin nìkan owó ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ̀gbẹ̀ owó nìkan ló lè ṣe nítorí àwọn tèmi ń ṣaṣẹ́ legit wọ́n ti ṣaṣẹ́ lórí ìdájú ọláyin nìkan ní ṣaṣẹ́ o láyé fojú kọ̀ ní ọláyin nìkan ọlẹ́sùn ìbàdúgbù ọlẹ́sùn ọlẹ́mọ̀ ọlẹ́sùn ọlẹ́mọ̀ fún ní lọ́dẹ kan from heaven àwọn tèmi ń ṣaṣẹ́ ọláyin nìkan ṣaṣẹ́ lórí ìdájú legit wọ́n ní àwọn tèmi ń ṣaṣẹ́ wọ́n máa la ìfojúsùn ọlẹ́sùn ọlẹ́mọ̀ ọlẹ́sùn ọlẹ́mọ̀ ọlẹ́sùn ọlẹ́mọ̀ wọ́n ní money lóde kan from heaven owó nìkan ló lè ṣe owó nìkan ló lè ṣe some people wan make you buy some people wan make you buy.
So this is how we are going to cut the cake. We are going to pronounce grace because I believe it is God's grace that has kept Mr. Yinka thus far. His grace, His mercy, and His favor. So once I ask for those letters, you give me those letters. Can somebody give me a letter G? I can't hear you. I think we can do better than that. Can somebody give me a letter G? God bless you, sir. A unique letter R. A supersonic letter A. A splendid letter C. And a dynamic letter E. What is that? Grace. Can we call it a round of applause? Please, a round of applause. Can we sing together? One. Happy birthday to you. Olayinka. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Olayinka. Happy birthday to you. Proceed. Happy birthday to you, Olayinka. Happy birthday to you. Wọ́n ṣe ń tuntun ayé mi kò dáwọ́ dúró. Àánú ni mo rí gbà. Thank you, sir. Wọ́n ṣe ń tuntun ayé mi kò dáwọ́ dúró. Let other people come take pictures. Thank you. Ẹwà bá mi yọ. Wọ́n ṣe ń tuntun ayé mi kò dáwọ́ dúró. Ẹwà mi rí gbà. Wọ́n ṣe ń tuntun ayé mi kò dáwọ́ dúró. Wọ́n ṣe ń tuntun láyé mi kò dáwọ́ dúró. I mean, they are waiting for you. Àánú ni mo rí gbà. Mummies want to
ó
take.
ṣe tuntun ayé mi kò dáwọ́ dúró ara ayé yóò wá bá mi yọ. ó ṣe tuntun ayé mi kò dáwọ́ dúró ara ayé yóò wá bá mi yọ.
Sure.
ó ṣe tuntun ayé mi kò dáwọ́ dúró ara ayé. àná ńlá ni mo rí ìdáwọ́ Jésù ṣe tuntun ayé mi kò dáwọ́ dúró ara ayé yóò wá bá mi yọ. When I am down, you raise me back by you. You redeem me, you save my spirit. When I know my Redeemer, I strength and stability. Oh Lord, I am very, very grateful for all you have done. Oh Lord, we are very, very grateful and say thank you, Jesus. Oníjẹ́ orékè lọ́wọ́ àti ti bẹ́bí tó gbádùn ẹjọ́. Ìdí ẹ̀yìn ṣe peter lẹ́kan lójú. Àti ti bẹ̀bí orékè lẹ́wọ̀ tí wọ́n ní àní. Oh Lord, we are very, very grateful and we say thank you, Jesus. Oh Lord, we are very, very grateful. You have done for me. Oh Lord, we are very, very grateful. I will say thank you, Jesus. Oh, Almighty God, I love you. Hey, I love you. Almighty God, I love you. Eshekei, I love you. Almighty God, I love you. Almighty God, I love you. Mommy, Jesu, Mommy, Jesu, say I love you. Orúkọ yẹn dàda orúkọ wọn di bíbí ìgbà ọ̀rọ̀ wọn ní Jésù Almighty God wọn ní Almighty God. Oríire mo ra àánú bọ̀ ó ṣe mí lóore oríire bọ̀. Mo ra àánú bọ̀ ó ṣe mí lóore wọn ní Jésù oríire bọ̀. Oṣù mọ́mí dé bèbí o, àpètì bèbí o, òrékèlè wáyé o, mọ́mí dé bèbí o, àpètì bèbí o, ọmọdé àní òsì mọ̀rẹ́ o, ọmọdé mọ́mí dé oríire òtí wíwé òtí lánàá gbàgbé ó ṣe yẹ lóore oríire bọ̀. Tèmi sọpẹ́ olúwa ṣe ọlọ́láyé mi yóò máa bẹ ìjọ ní lójú àní kò sí wíwé kò sí lánàá gbàgbé ó ṣe mí lóore ọmọdé oríire bọ̀. Orúkọ yìí ń kọ́ ewé èyíwé ọmọ orúkọ yẹn ń kọ́ ọmọdé omi lórúkọ dígídì ẹsẹ̀ máa sọ bàbá ọlọ́lágbájú lọ ìdíje àìyé ọ̀pẹ́ kúló wà bàbá àìyé ọmọ àgbọ̀pẹ́ gbígbé àìyé ọ̀pẹ́ kúló wà bàbá àìyé ọmọ. That's what we do today. I will lift up my voice in praise. What shall we do today, Monday? I will lift up my voice in praise. Olayinka ọlẹ́sùn ọlọ́dúdú ọlẹ́sùn ọlẹ́mọ̀ ọlẹ́sùn ọlọ́mọ̀ọ́kú. Ní gbọ́dọ̀ kan from heaven. Àwọn tèmi ń ṣaṣẹ́. Olayinka ṣaṣẹ́ lórí ìtọ́jú. Legit wọ́n ní àwọn tèmi ń ṣaṣẹ́ òkú. Wọ́n máa la ìfojúsùn. Ọlẹ́sùn ọlọ́mọ̀ọ́kú ọlẹ́sùn ọlẹ́sùn ọlọ́mọ̀ọ́kú. Money no dey come from heaven. Owó nìkan ló lè ṣe o. Owó Some people want make you die, some people want make you burn. Bá mi sọ fún wọn pé Ọlọ́run máa jẹ́ o.
My name is Mrs. Ikpe, and I've known Uncle Yinka for almost 20 years. My children and his grew side by side. I want to thank God for him. Like the MC said that Mr. Yinka is a giver. I will attest to that. Apart from that, he's calm. Business-wise, is a shrewd business person, does not play with his business. And family-wise, he has so much time for family and friends. I pray that this will not be his last celebration on earth in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Very good, industrious businessman, shrewd businessman. Somebody like me, my coming across Mr. Yinka, I've benefited a lot. I have learned a lot. On to time, he keeps to time. If he tells you 8 o'clock, and just like you've said, no Mr. Yinka's checks bounces.
My name is Razak. I met Mr. Yinka around 1995-96. I was introduced to him by a boss of mine. He was supposed to develop a software for him. The software was having problem for a very long time. So the first day I met with Mr. Yinka, he was very doubtful. When I introduced myself to him, that I was still in school then, and he was like, so many people have been here who are, already professionals, who could not even, solve this problem. But I just persuaded him. I said, let me just do something today. So that day, I was able to come up with a very important report for him. And from then, he had confidence in me. And one thing I want to point out from this is that he touched my life through that software. Because when I was in school, I was already old before going to school. So I didn't have the opportunity to collect money from my parents. So I was developing, that software for Mr. Yinka, and he was paying me. So throughout my school days, he was the one, almost paying my school fees.
My name is Kunle Aino. I'm a professor of law. I met Yinka over 30 years ago when we were in school. Incidentally, we were roommates in the University of Lagos. He came to Unilag for his masters. I was also there for my master. So we were roommates then. And we became very good friends. And we've been friends since then. One funny thing about Yinka I have to reveal to everybody, that those days I used to see Yinka as a very lazy person. Because we have to cook for ourselves then. So we cook food, we finish eating the food, most times a bar, and we pack the plates there. I say, you can wash this place now. He said, I should wash it too. So we eat again in the evening, we pack the plates. Then in the morning when the thing is smelling, you can wash this place. He said, no, only wash it. So I pack the plates, I wash. So I determined that I'll be washing the plates and cooking all the food, because I realized my friend is lazy, at least in that area. But to God be the glory, God has sustained our lives. We have lived well, and we have sustained the friendship. And I just want to say that Yinka is a very good friend, very dependable, and reliable to the core. He keeps his word at all times. And sometimes when we have some issues, stress, we find a way to come together and discuss. By the time we finish talking, the issue is solved. And I also want to say that Yinka is a very, very good businessman. You know, those days, even in school, right in school there, he had always been in business. You know, when the little dad comes to, most of the time the dad comes to the hostel to visit us, and throughout the discussion, it is about business. So up till today, and I thank God for his life, and I thank God for this house that we are actually warming today. I'm also part of the struggle, and I give God the glory that God gave us the victory eventually. Thank you.
My name is Michael Albert. I joined Boafit sometime in 1993 when I needed money to pursue my first degree in the University of Calabar. Mr. Yinka was so compassionate that he gave me job at that time. And that same year in 1993, I was able to go to school in Unica. And each time I was on break, Mr. Yinka would still give me employment. And all throughout my years in school, for over 5-6 years because of ASU strike, I was able to sustain myself in school because Mr. Yinka gave me job. The Mr. Yinka we are celebrating today, I must confess that he is very disciplined. He is very compassionate. He is very honest. And he is very hardworking. If I must confess also, most of Boa property that Mr. Yinka acquired then, I was one of the persons that Mr. Yinka used to monitor the work on site and other work. Mr. Yinka started from nothing. And today, he is somebody. Mr. Yinka is a great man. He is worthy to be celebrated. I am not surprised that he has acquired a big property like this. I tell us, looking at the investment of Mr. Yinka, I'm talking about his labor, his hard work. He ought to have even acquired much more than this. Mr. Yinka deserves to be happy. He deserves to live a peaceful life, and he deserves to enjoy good health. And I pray that as we celebrate him today, as his days are, so shall be his strength in the mighty name of Jesus.
Hold on, sir. Are you a pastor too?
Christian Church of God.
Because it's like, I love you, sir. Coming with fire. The Lord bless you. No, it was very, something. Hold it. Mr. Yinka.
I know Mr. Yinka as a boss, but along the line, he became my brother. I was the point of contact to the whole family because I get goods from him. He was part of who made me what I am today. He contributed to my academics. He contributed to my life because he is a philanthropist. He is highly accommodating. He is tolerant. He listens to you and is ready to assist. He has helped us a lot, and we really appreciate him. And I pray from today onward, God will continue to bless him more and give him all his heart desires. He will perfect his life for him. Inshallah, bi kudratullah.
Yinka happens to be my cousin, immediate cousin. The late mom and my own late mom are sisters of the same parents. A complete gentleman, a very hard-working man. From his childhood, he has been an honest person and a very homely person. Very good to the family, and he has been on his own. Well, I wish him well. If I don't wish him well, I will not come here from Ijebu. I'm just coming here now to congratulate him on his achievements and on his birthday. I wish him a very many happy returns. Wish him well in his life.
Yes, he has helped so many. Also, my own testimony.
And I pray for him,
like I said,
to have a very prosperous life,
talking about how he helped his school
so that we enjoy all he has labored for. In Jesus' mighty name.
It's in-law to me. It's in-law to me. He's very humble gentleman, and he's a good person to my sister, because my sister is beside me here. He's a good person to my sister. That's why I came here. So I wish him long life.
Mr. Olayinka has been a big boss in the industry. I respect his courage in the feed industry in Nigeria. And he's a shrewd businessman. He's well respected and a personal friend to me. Many happy returns of the day. Greater strength, even though I know it's on the 1st, but we're celebrating it today. Greater strength, greater grace for the journey ahead.
I've known Mr. Olayinka as long as 1989. So that's well over, that's about 30 years. Yeah. Olayinka is very hardworking and easygoing, and is an embodiment of humility that inspires we his colleagues and even the junior ones to work as hard as he has done and achieve all he has been able to achieve in less than 50 years. You know, we wish him very many more years of long life and celebrations and more achievements in Jesus' mighty name.
I knew the celebrant for the past 23 years. He's an erudite in the feed business. I'm also into feed premise. Olayinka is a very animal in the industry, well connected. He's a networker and he's always embracing people. And when you go to his office, he will put things in a very simpler way. So it makes the industry, the way he practices feed milling, very, very attractive. So that is what endear a lot of us in the livestock and feed business to him. Olayinka Adebogun is a leader in the industry. He's a promoter of good business, and of course, he's a good comrade.
Mr. Olayinka is a colleague in the industry and he's a friend too. And is someone that I cherish a lot with the brain and high exposure about the industry, and I appreciate it as a friend. And he's humble himself too. That's why all of us we are here for the birthday and say congratulations to Olayinka. In junction of 50, I wish him more performance and more progress for in life, and God will continue to be guiding, including in family too. He's someone that I really appreciate and really love him. He's a good friend and good someone in the industry that I really respect and appreciate too.
I've known him for like 8 years now, and he's a very patient and understanding person. He's someone that sometimes you can joke and he doesn't get angry with the jokes you crack. He's a loving father. On some occasions he's taking his children out. He will like, I'm going to have fun with these children. I'll say, yes, please come down to their level and have fun so that you can be happy. And he's a wonderful person to deal with. Right from when he started, when he had boa feeds, that was when I knew him. Sometimes we go to the warehouse there, we see how he produces feeds, and then I see like, man, you are a businessman to the core, and he really acquired a lot of things from that. And today I see he's a successful businessman and a happy man, and I pray that God will bless him, give him long life, increase and expand his business, and I wish him everything good.
Well, I've known him for a long time, while very young in school, and he has always been a gentle, godly friend. And in school then, my dad was a Bible knowledge teacher, so he was one of the students that passed through my father. He was taught Bible knowledge whilst in secondary school by my dad, and he has remained ever godly. I'm not surprised that today God has showed his grace upon him and he has acquired so much. Godliness, hard diligence at his business, and I think once you have those attributes, you are bound to succeed. He's godly, he's diligent, and and he's a person that wishes all people working with him well.
He happened to have been my senior in the university, but different faculty. But the younger sister was my junior in the College of Agricultural Science of Ogun State University. Former Ogun State University, now Olabisi Onabanjo University. So when I came to Lagos and I started going into the industry, I met him at Bua Farm and we became very friends and like brothers since then. I worked with a company that was in competition with him. There was a time it was to rent our warehouse to put goods there, and he offered to pay some money. I made sure they didn't collect money from him. But unfortunately, when he was to leave the place, they gave him short notice because he did not pay rent, which gave him some challenge. In terms of business, God blessed him. He was very prudent. He does not buy credits. He does not sell credits. And that helped him so much in the business. Very disciplined, and he took all his time. He took all his time that time. Now that he's off business, he's more relaxed than before. He had sold bottles before, empty bottles. But along the line, when he came into the industry, he had the opportunity of getting security. But apart from security, I think everything he had is his own. Of course, security is just a collateral. And I think that was why he didn't give out credit, because he was living on loan. So the parents, of course, guidance will be there. But in terms of money, I guess it was more of the facility he got. Parents' prayer normally. Well, he's my big brother. I hope you will all know. He's just marked 50. My big brother, I wish him more years with happiness and with more relevance in everything that he decides to do. I'm very, very close to him. We've been together for a while. I'm an advisor to him on his business. Personally, I'm an engineer. In the beginning, we introduced computer to his factory. I'm a farmer too. So, then at the same time, we are family friends. Yinka is a very considerate person. Because when you have friendship that is lasting 30 years, 25, 20 years, there's likely to be some bushes. At that time, you have to come together and realize where you are coming from. We usually bear in mind that his late father has cemented our friendship, because sometime when we are best met, when we have some issue, Baba will say, Yinka, we will attack you later. So from there on, we have been able to understand ourselves. Yorùbá will say, orí kì í wà kó má mì o, orí ò lè wà kó má máa mì torí ọrùn ló wà, but ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan ló kù sí ìbí kọ̀ọ̀kan, but pẹ̀lú àdúrà God will bless us. Half of the people here, I know them. Yinka has one thing: when somebody works for him and you do a good job for him, he never owes you money. Yinka don't buy from all his suppliers, don't buy on credit. He doesn't owe people, don't buy on credit. But you must do the needful. If you try to play him, you are going to see his other side. So he has come up with that virtue, and that has helped me a lot. It's fair to the other party. If he sees you, he could help. Like some people have attested. If you are in school and you need his help, he will help you. If you are a friend, you need his help, he will help you. Within the best of his capacity, he has been good to his friend. He's a family man. He and his women grew up together. They grew up together as one. I know his father, I knew his mother, I knew all his brothers. He has been able to maintain balance, and we say, I don't know how to call it, has been beautiful.
orí ò lè wà kó mọ́ mi o. May God bless him. We are happy today. We are enjoying. We are not doing funeral here, and we thank God for that. I wish him well. I will God to continue blessing him. I will God to show him more in his ways, to know the way of God. I wish him good long life and prosperity.
I'm a farmer. I used to mill my feed at Boa. That was where I met Yinka when I started my poultry farm. Very long, about 25 years ago. So he used to help us. Anytime we had problems with our chicken, maybe the chicken we are developing fat, he will now compound food for us that will fit those chickens' needs. And our farms we are doing very well. That was why we stayed loyal to Boa, because we saw him as a family. Anytime we had any problem, he will come and visit us on the farm, look at the chickens himself, carry them. He did the work as if it was his own. That was why we all loved him. So when my children told me he turned 50, I said I must be there. Very hardworking, very straightforward, very nice man. I'm happy for him. May he live long.
Interestingly, it's been a few years. He's been living in this estate for like about 10 years. For about 10 years. And he's been a very good person, right? He's that kind of person that just does his things, not looking for trouble, doesn't give you troubles. He's a very kind person. Particularly, I'm a very shy person, so I didn't come out. So this is a good opportunity for me. About 2 years ago, right, we had a fire in our house. We live 2 houses away from here. And so many things got destroyed, got burnt. And as a normal, usual person, he just comes around to greet us, check us and all that. And he said he was going to come and see us. By the time he came back and said, okay, I have something small for you to just help you with the renovation, and brought out this check. I wish my wife was here to explain. It was so surprising. He's an amazing person. He gave us more than half of what we needed to actually renovate the house and all that. He's a very kind person. I pray that God continues to bless him, God continues to keep him and his children and everything that concerns him in Jesus' name.
Mr. Yinka is a family friend. I met Mr. Yinka about 10 years ago. His last born is a friend to my granddaughter. So I met him when my daughter died. So he took up the responsibility of training down my granddaughter. He's a very humble man, down to earth man, and with a large heart. He assisted me a lot. So I pray for him that God will preserve him, God will take care of his children, his children will not suffer, and God will grant him his heart desire in Jesus' name.
I supply Mr. Yinka market. He's a very good customer to me, very kind, very honest, and Mr. Yinka is the kind of the person that he understands someone's problem. Mr. Yinka is the type of the person I see. If you give him market, he will tell you that I know you need the money, so I'm going to give you your money. Whenever you drop market to Mr. Yinka, he gave you your money immediately. So he's a very nice man, very, very generous. But Mr. Yinka, the only thing Mr. Yinka hates is lie. He is the man that is with his words, and he wants you to be on your own word. I wish him many happy returns, long life and prosperity, age with trillions of dollars.
Mr. Yinka is my role model. He's my customer, and I used to supply him. And he used to pay our money in time. He's not owing us money. So I love him so much. I don't know where am I going to start and where am I going to end it, because he's very kind.
he's a good person to me, and he's my role model. So I love him. I wish him happy birthday. Not surprised. I know he can build more than this. I wish him happy birthday and long life and prosperity.
He's my boss. He's my brother. Wow. Maybe 20 years now. Amazing. Wonderful. Friendly. Disciplined. Conservative. I wish God will perfect his life. I wish God will perfect his family. Like I said, he's disciplined. So it takes a disciplined person to be able to relate with him. It takes a disciplined person as well to be able to tolerate him. But he's a very good person. That's much I can tell you.
Mr. Yinka èèyàn dáadáa ni ọmọ mi ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́ndà ẹ̀ ni àmọ́ ṣá kò gbére ẹ̀ka kò sọ́kẹ́ báyìí ni mo ṣe rí tó bá wá sílé mi tó bá bá mi ní mo jókòó sílé ẹlẹ́rìí ìta ní orí cement àti máa jókòó síbẹ̀ ni so èèyàn dáadáa ni ó dẹ̀ láìkì gbogbo àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ẹ̀ ọmọ mi ti kúrò lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ ó tún ṣe láìkì wọn kò sọ pé mo lọ́pàdé níbikíbi wọ́n máa ń ṣe mí wọ́n máa ń ṣe bí wọ́n máa ń ṣe bí ọmọ fún mi so ọlọ́run á túbọ̀ máa ràn lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́run á túbọ̀ wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ gbogbo tó máa ń dáwọ́ lébẹ̀ á máa já sí dáadáa yìí kọ́kọ́ ò ní ṣàwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ ò ní ṣòwò náà ilé tó bá kó sí ilé yẹn báyìí gbogbo tó bá kó wọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ó tó máa di púpọ̀ sí i kò ní rẹ́bù ẹ̀yìn lágbára ọlọ́run wàhálà ìdààmú ò ní dé bá a máa lọ rẹ a máa bọ̀ rẹ ojú ò ní lọ́wọ́ dúró sí
Yeah, I've been my friend for over 30 years. And like I said before, he's a very good friend. He's reliable, he's dependable, he's a friend that you can rely on. And one good thing about Yinka is that he's very innovative. Right from school days, he had always been innovating, bringing new ideas, and it's not just having an idea, he goes ahead to practicalize it, and most of the time he succeeds in it. You know, we've been together, I'm a lawyer, I'm his lawyer, we worked on so many projects, but it's always amazing how he sits down and tells me, Kunle, what of this? Let us try this. And he goes ahead and he succeeds in it. And I thank God for his life. I just pray for him that the Almighty God will continue to prosper him in all areas of his life. In Jesus' name.
More than 20 years. More than 20 years, like an uncle to me. He's a very nice, wonderful person. It's good that we are family friends now. He's a very good man. I know him, his wife, and the children, and all his family. They are wonderful people. Mr. Yinka, I'm wishing you many glorious years ahead. We love you from our family, and we wish you all the best.
I'm very happy that today's my dad's birthday. I'm wishing him happy with us more years in this life. Continue to be successful. I know God will continue to guide him, protect him, increase him in everything. But that's a very, very nice person, forgiving, caring. Even though it meant that I've gotten him very angry, but he's always happy with me. But everything they have done for me, taking me to school, bringing back everything they have done for me. My school is in Ado-Ekiti, and my dad used to come to drive to Ado-Ekiti to come and pick me and drive me back to school. I had like 5 hours journey, and they are taking care of me since I was born, and I'm 18 years. I wish success for him, and everything he touches turns to gold, and everything about him. I don't wish success for him.
I'm very happy, I'm very grateful. Everything is going well. It's a very great blessing. And I wish him well. Joy, happiness, prosperity, a lot of does not exactly discipline me all the time, but it's a very strict at times.
I'm the happiest man on this planet today. It's a dream come true. I'm glad to be here today, and I'm glad that I'm alive today. By the grace of God, the beauty and the wonders in my life, I thank God. For my children, And for my lovely wife that is not here today, I thank God for everybody around me. It's a blessing. I will only give all the grace to God. I see the benefit of hard work in my life and the grace of God on my life. And it's good to be very humble, and it's good to be very, very hardworking, and it's good to have trust in God. And that is exactly what is manifested in what we are seeing, what we're witnessing today. And I thank God for everything that has contributed to today being a reality. My parents are the most beautiful parent anyone can ever ask for. I'm blessed with a good father, I'm blessed with a wonderful mother, and I'm blessed with the most wonderful brothers and sisters. But for their roles in my life, I'm sure I would not be what the kind of person I am today. It has been a long journey, and despite all the challenges, despite all the ruffles, all the bustles, I give glory to God. And I thank for my workers, I thank my friends, I thank my family members that are extended, and I thank those that have in any little way contributed to my life today. It's all God's grace, and I really appreciate their efforts in my life. It's well. I think the most thing that I will look at is just to continue to appreciate God. I need to give more time to my Alpha and Omega, my Maker. If I will live another 50 years again, I would spend more of my time with God. I am happy for what He has done to me, and I'm happy that despite everything, He has refused to look at my shortcomings and continue to shower me with so much love and so much support and so much grace. It is unimaginable. And I can testify to you that God really exists. In my life, God really exists, and I thank God for today.
We are very, very grateful for all you have done for us. Oh Lord, we are very, very grateful. I am very, very grateful for all you have done for us. Almighty God,